kind of a journal entry update of what I've at and where I'm at in my life. Touch on a few things. One of them is gonna be my roommate girlfriend. We've been in a platonic relationship since she tried to kill herself with antifreeze. It disabled her. She's my medication, maybe something else. I want to start with my medication. I was forced to take Ritalin when I was 5 years old when I started kindergarten. They said me fidgeting my fingers and bouncing my leg up and down was a distraction to other students. And I damn sure know that my mom didn't have money to send me to private school. And besides, I was kind of a pain in the ass. So, when I was taking that when I was a kid, it made me feel like shit every day. All I wanted to do was sleep, and my mom would sit there and make me stay awake so I would be able to sleep at night because of this medication. So basically, every waking hour of my life, especially after I got home from school and it was time to take it again, it wasn't like enjoyable for me. Dude, you get a little used to it, but it's a haze. Your head's in the cloud and you're never really there. And my mom making me stay awake so I can sleep at night was pure torture at 5 years old. And then, so I get older, I end up with depression, and I guess bipolar schizoaffective, paranoid schizophrenia, and the onset of schizophrenia 2 months after I turned 25. And believe me, I've spent some time on Google Scholar looking at studies and stuff like that. And I found a study once that stated to me, after I read the conclusion of the study, for me, it's undeniable that what I was taking when I was 5 years old definitely had something to do with it, whether I had the gene or not, which I probably do. The conclusion of this study is that children who were given Ritalin at 5 years old had the onset of schizophrenia right when they turned 25, and it normally went in the order of bipolar schizoaffective, paranoid schizophrenia, and then the diagnosis of schizophrenia shortly after they turned 25, in the beginning of 25. It more frequently happens in males than females. And so everything else that I've ever read in my life before the internet turned into a complete shit show, so they give me something when I'm 5 years old, and then I end up dependent on a bunch of other drugs that lead up to the diagnosis of schizophrenia, and the medication that would make, so when I wipe myself after going to the bathroom, it breaks the skin. You see, my doctor wanted to tell me, or some doctor at the place I went to, Aspire, wanted to say that my mind, because I don't like taking the medicine and don't want to take it, is making my ass bleed. But when you take the medication, you stop taking it 18 times, and every time you stop taking it, the bleeding stops. And when you start taking the medicine again, because they cram it down your throat, because they won't help you get off of it, and so you go into withdrawals from the medication, which is a mental withdrawal of a drug. You go into psychosis, you get Baker acted, they put you back on it, your ass starts bleeding again. Well, at least mine did, every time. So it's like I'm sitting here like, the medication I want that a doctor told me, a nurse practitioner told me, Capstar or Capalita is a next generation drug, and it should maybe help with some of the side effects that I was complaining about. but my insurance wouldn't approve it. I spent 9 hours on the phone. The conversation ended in me asking the lady at Social Security, after calling them 5 or 6 times that day, from my Social Security insurance company, bing bong, bing bong. And finally I said to Social Security, based on how long you've been working there and what you know, and you know enough that about your job, would you say that the insurance company that I have is blatantly lying about me not being covered for the medication? And she said, yes. You see, I was so annoying that eventually I ended up finding out that I had to do something with the state. It shouldn't have been that hard. But anyways, I didn't get the Capilita. So now I kind of have these involuntary movements sometimes, and they've been getting worse. So now I got to start another drug. So what I'm saying is, you see, kids didn't sit in classrooms for the millions of years that we've been on this planet in whatever form, stage of evolution, up until recently, for the most part. So they give me a drug, fucks my life up. They claim that this Ritalin that they gave me will put elasticity in my brain, that I won't become addicted to things like other people might. I might actually say that shit's true, because everybody I ever knew in my life, I had to stop hanging around them because of the shit that they're into or got into. So yes, when it came to that shit, I smoked weed. Now there's hemp is legal. I smoke hemp. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I'm saying that I've been fucked a lot. You know, just with the medication, and I know where I was. Yeah. So my ass bleeding, doctor telling me my mind's doing it, when I've stopped the medicine 18 times, and I know what's making my ass bleed at this point, because every time I start taking it again, the bleeding starts. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me? Really? And now I'm gonna have to take something for involuntary movements. So they've had me hemmed up in this shit my whole life. You know what? I bet you, I'm almost willing to put money on it, that when they gave me that fucking Ritalin, they knew they were going to be giving me drug that could cost $2,600 a month. The Capilita that I was supposed to be approved for, but apparently wasn't, $3,200 a month. $3,200 a month for this medication. Yeah, $3,200 a month. It makes me fucking miserable. I got to take a Racetam because no one will ever give me anything for the sedation for it. So, you know, my doctor knows I'm taking a Racetam. But anyways, I had to work all this shit out myself. And you know something about the bleeding of my ass when I wipe because of the medication, the schizophrenia medication? So I started taking a Racetam. And when you take the Racetam, you have to take CDP choline. It's something that's found abundantly, or a lot of, in beef, chicken less, and other meats less. But you know what? I had to get CDP choline to take with the Racetam, so it's actually can be utilized properly, and it stops bleeding. When I wipe, it stops bleeding. So through my own research and dealing with the sedation of the schizophrenia medication, I came to Racetams after spending hundreds of dollars on other shit that doesn't work to keep me awake. And one of the things that I need to take with the Racetam for it to actually be usable to my body, or beneficial, let's say, is CDP choline. And I've ran out of the CDP choline numerous times, and when I'm taking it, the bleeding stops. And when I'm not taking it, the bleeding starts when I wipe again. So through my own research of dealing with the sedation, I found a solution to deal with the bleeding, of the breaking of the skin when I wipe because of the medication. You know, I bet you that if I wanted to, and they don't make it fucking illegal, I can make my own freaking genetic therapies. Yeah. I'm saying I can make that happen. Just saying. Like I think I can do a better job than the fucking medical industry can do at fucking helping me. Yeah. Done a little research into it. I put money on it. I bet you I can make my own therapies. I'll put money on that shit. I ain't gonna go around claiming that I can freaking cure some crazy disease or something. But you know what? If I bet you I can make some shit work for me. Yeah, but they're probably gonna make that shit illegal. I have done a better job at dealing with my sedation, in treating the bleeding that the medicine caused. They tell me I need to go see a motherfucking ass doctor, dude. Gastroenterologist, gastro whatever. Yeah, no, it's the fucking medication. And apparently all I need to take is a supplement of CDP choline to make it stop. But I need to go waste all that fucking money at a gastrologist, or whatever the fuck it is. I've done a better job at dealing with the shit. And you know what I really should do to take shit even further? I'll put money on this shit too. I bet you I can go find a next generation drug that I can buy online legally that's fucking light years ahead of the shit that I'm fucking taking right now for schizophrenia. I'll put money on that shit. And I'll be way the fuck better off. I put money on that shit. For real. I put money that I can go find a psychotropic or whatever the hell it is for dealing with schizophrenia that's light years ahead of what the fuck I'm taking right now. But soon as they make it so you have to have a script for it, I won't be able to get it anymore. I know that. I know that. But I bet you I could do a better job at treating myself with the shit I can buy online for schizophrenia than they've fucking done for me. And it would only cost me $120 for 3 months, I bet. Max. I put money on that shit. Anyways, I don't feel like talking about Jan. I don't really like talking about videos with Jan. She likes uploading shit about me though. Fucking tired of being abused by the medical system, dude. I've been Baker acted 18 fucking times over this bullshit. And you ask the doctors I want to go off of it. Dude, do you know that the doses of medication amounts that you need to go off of this shit does not exist? It doesn't exist. I've done the research. I weaned myself off over a 2.5 year period. I saved up a bunch of medicine, stopped seeing my doctor, and cut my shit down. I got down to 2.5 milligrams and realized schizophrenia is just not for me. I have a specific diagnosis of no visual or audible distortions, and it's always been that way. Except for something that I made a video about. And if anyone has a problem with that, they can go to hell, because other people see shit in the sky too. I've been forced to lay down in beds of urine when I didn't provoke any of it with bad behavior. I've had my money stolen from me by cops. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. I'll save the video for about Jan maybe when I'm in a little more positive mood, so it doesn't sound so shitty like the video of what I just said here. But yeah, I put money on that shit. I bet you I can find a substance online, treat myself, and be better off than anything they've ever been able to do for me. Starting with giving me frickin' a derivative of frickin' meth when I was 5 years old, Ritalin. A derivative of meth. You see, for me it makes me tired and go to sleep, but other people take that shit, man, they're freaking lit. Gotta say, I don't feel abused. I think I have been abused. I know I have been abused, and it is resonant in my head. And it makes me feel upset to see cops going around executing schizophrenics, and to see the videos out there of them talking about hurting people, innocent bystanders, and putting a dollar figure on them. I understand that I'm a burden to society, but I understand why Social Security was created and what it's really all about. And I understand a lot of people don't really refer to the old definitions of what it was. Like Elon Musk said, the more laws you have compiled on top of more laws, the more corruption there is. This is fucking insane, dude. This is fucking insane, dude. You people will not leave me the fuck alone. And Jan, she sits here and pesters me and drinks 1.75 liters of vodka in 4 days. And use your imagination. She's mad at me because I saved her life, and because I said something to her about her drinking 4 or 5 years ago, and dealing with this fucking medication and shit, and how these cops show up and they look at me like I'm a criminal, just like that. Schizophrenia, you're suspect. It's fucking beautiful fuckery, and prejudiced, and stereotyping, and biased, and discrimination. Y'all came to my house one of the 32 times y'all been here from Jan, either threatening to kill herself or breaking my stuff, and broke my damn tracking camera. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, immediately, literally, looking at it working, and y'all said something about it while y'all were here, and then the motherfucking thing was broken right after y'all left. I know of 4 schizophrenics that have been executed about the past year, and y'all are breaking my tracking cameras. Damn. You know, like, I can see people getting frustrated with having to deal with this situation, but I ain't doing nothing wrong. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Y'all, every time y'all come, you act like I'm a damn criminal for her threatening to kill herself, and 8 times of the 32 her breaking my stuff. And y'all treat me like a criminal, and I've seen the video of y'all executing schizophrenics. It's sick. Donald Trump using Nazi slogans, and other Republicans making comments about it. After what all y'all did to me with the damn medicine. And like, you know what? One time I try and run because I'm like, fuck this. I'm tired of these fucking drugs. And you fucking tased me. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. You fuck someone when they're 5 years old, the system, the school, pharmaceutical industry, making that dough. And then like, I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna run this time. And you tase me. People die from that shit, you know. I have a non-violent past. Y'all hate that shit. My mom says some shit to me, says some shit to y'all. Y'all show up 12 cop cars deep. I pull in my spot, walk up to y'all. Can I help you? You're looking in my window. Y'all steal my money. I sat there and watched y'all do it from the back seat. We get to the place, which I have cooperated 100% at this point. Y'all get the two of you get out of the car. You walk in to the place with me. 2 techs there. We sit there and have a conversation about the blind mosquitoes. And you know what? I ain't even interested in saying something about the money y'all just stole from me, that y'all are gonna have your lunch with a couple of more of your buddies. sit there and talk about the blind mosquitoes, how they never should have put them on the lakefront. It messed up everything. They're everywhere. They get in your food when you're eating. They take me back there. You know, this person that made me lay down in the bed of urine, I couldn't tell if it was a male or a female. But years later I asked and they told me she was a female. She must have been so miserable that after going and having a conversation about the blind mosquitoes and being 100% cooperative and everything, she tells me, takes me into a seclusion room, tells me lay down in a bed of urine. The mat's kind of dipped, you know, big pool of urine in it, stinks in there like piss, and she says lay down in it or you're going to jail. And I'm like, are you I'm thinking in my head, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. I haven't provoked shit 12 cop cars deep for whatever bullshit my mom said to them. And keep in mind that two of my friends that know me and I've lived with when that shit happened before told me I need to stay the fuck away from her. It's bullshit what she's doing to me. They live with me and they don't see shit wrong with me. But I'm sitting there like thinking to myself, no fucking way. You gotta be. And I say, what? There's piss urine in that bed. She's like, lay down in it. Any cussing out of you, anything, you're going to jail. Lay down in it or you're going to jail. My mom is just a fucking asshole, I guess. You know, the cops stole my money that took me there. The two people that gave, the two cops that gave me to the text there, then what the text did, two texts did to me. I mean, are you you know, it's like a beautiful fucking fuckery shit show, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just like you know the cook thing where they go, mwah, you mwah, beautiful fuckery. I don't mean to insult anyone by doing that. I'm just trying to make the point, you know, like, mwah, such beautiful divine fuckery in my face. And apparently my asshole has to bleed because of the medication I take. But I solved that. After fucking 20 years. Yeah, you fucking assholes, dude. And I sit here and watch Trump using the Nazi slogans. It freaking amazes me. You know, there's a politician going to prison for using Nazi slogans. There's no debate about it. He's on video doing it. He's going to prison. Everybody fucking knows it. I think he's already in prison at this point. And Trump's over here, his campaign using Nazi slogans. I have schizophrenia. Hitler murdered all the schizophrenic people. You know what I'm saying? We all know that happened. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Totally fucking amazing. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, with this shit, with Trump and the political bullshit, the word woke. You know what woke means? Woke is a word that the rich use and tie to gay people and stuff. What it really means is people are saying they want more than a living wage. They want money they've actually worked for, but they're making it for someone else. They're saying they want universal health care and not have to pay for that shit anymore, so people can rack up debt and not be able to vote like Project 2025 wants. And diversity. That's what woke is. And you see, the people that Hitler rounded up back in the day, you could essentially call them woke. Yeah. So, like, I'm sitting here watching all this different type of shit like that happen. And I'm like, you know, if I didn't have schizophrenia, just like my whole life, everybody watched me everybody watched people beat the fuck out of me. They sat there and got in a circle, fucking 50 people around, fucking laughing, ooh, making noises. You know, I every fucking school I went to, I dealt with abuse. So, like, the one time in my life where I really don't want to give a fuck, and believe me, up until the point that I slowly went off the medication and actually saw the fucking world for what it was and how fucking crazy people are, and I'm no longer in denial that things are probably going to be okay, ever. I just don't want to give a fuck. But I have schizophrenia. I can't, if Project 2025, if Trump gets in, all that, I can't just stick to having missionary sex and be okay. I have schizophrenia. I can't just do what the fuck I'm told like everybody else is going to have to and be okay. If they want to vote his dumbass in, I'm part of that whole, and well, I guess I'm going to have to deal with it. But I have schizophrenia, so I can't even fucking do that. I've heard the comments that Trump has made about people like me and the disabled. I heard what his fucking nephew or uncle or whoever the hell he was went through with him. And you know, I don't even have the fucking option of having missionary style sex, doing what the fuck I'm told just like everyone else that's going to be a bitch slave to them, their pawn to do what they want with, because I have schizophrenia. So I'm sitting here looking at the fucking election coming because of you fucking assholes, you fucking Nazis, you fascist fucktards, and saying, I can't even just do what other people are going to do. They're going to fucking put a bullet in the back of my head. They probably got a more efficient way now than wasting bullets. Just saying. But I don't have a fucking chance. So it's like everybody else, you know, that all the other Democrats, all the Republicans who are so fucking stupid that they don't see what they're getting themselves into. Trump doesn't know what he's getting himself into. I don't have the option of just saying, well, if it happens, I'll have to do what they tell me, die young because I won't be able to afford get the health care I need or whatever. I don't have that option. I'm sitting here watching, well, saying to myself, if Kamala doesn't get in, I'm fucked. If Kamala gets in, I'll be fine. It's pretty fucking amazing. I can't even just sit here and see what the hell's going to happen in the future. I'm sitting here looking like I'm fucked. I don't have it like everyone else. Yes? Whatever, Jan. And while I'm on the topic of medicine, police, and shit like that, you know, Jan and I ran away when we were kids because of the situation we were in. And man, y'all really treated us like shit. I ain't gonna say and go into it what you said to her and what you said to me. I've said it in another video. That was some fucked up shit. And I'm sitting here every day in hell because some people want some money. She just came down here and asked me if she could close her door. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm down here with my door closed. The TV's on in there to muffle the sound. She wants to close her door, she can close her door. The reason it started was because she would sit there and start messing with me, and then I'd say something back to her and she'd go close her door. And then it turned into she would just start closing her door to show me that she's pissed and upset, you know, out of the blue. And I asked her, like, dude, why are you closing your door? Like, you know, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to go through the day and you're gonna come and like show me you're pissed and close your door, and after you get done saying some shit or screaming and yelling, and it's just like, I'll go ahead and complain about something else. You know what? So me and Jan got together. She was unstable. She tried to kill herself with antifreeze over her family's bullshit. And I took care of her. I fed her through a G-tube, nursed her back to health, carried her to and from bed for a year. Fucking whatever. And because I said something about her drinking and I saved her life, which when the paramedics came to the house, when I called them, they acted like I let her stay like that or some shit for a while or whatever, and fucking that was bullshit. Sit there and accuse me of some shit that I didn't fucking do. Family didn't help her, didn't do anything. They've been in, her sisters, I've came and seen her twice. Her son Joe, I think, came and seen her 3 times. And her son Jeremy, I don't think he's seen her. So I've been all on my own dealing with this. She drinks in 4 days 1.75 liters of vodka. And I stay here because she has no one. She sits here and starts shit with me. And I can't get away because I care about her. She has no one. She says she's gonna go into a nursing home if I fucking leave, and all this shit. And you know, she wants to make fights about me using the word fuck, and I've slowed down a lot, but she wants to make a big deal when I do. Start screaming, and then we fight. She screamed so much 2 weeks ago that my dog Daisy, my puppy, she comes out of her room. My dog Daisy comes in the room. She screamed so much that and just tormented Daisy to the point where she doesn't want to be around her too much. I'll tell you what, dude, Daisy knows when she's upset, and Daisy just comes in here. That's another thing. She's always treating me like shit. Always treat me like shit. Every fucking day. You know, and I stay here because she has no one. And the thing is I get frustrated. One time, years ago, she made a video of me cussing her ass out and saying shit. You know what? I saw she was recording me, so I gave her what she wanted. And it was a mistake. It was kind of a cry for help. I hope someone would see it and like try and help the situation, but no one did. No one helped. No. Instead I just looked like an asshole, but that's freaking after freaking months of her toying with me, depriving me of sleep. And the thing is she says she doesn't do any of this shit. In a week, they divide my 20 hours out over like 5 or 6 days when I was working. For 1 week, every time I went to bed, she would get up and start playing fucking music. Loud as fuck. Right when I would lay down to go to bed so I could get up and go to work. And then I can't sleep, so I would stay awake. And in a freaking week of dealing with that shit, I got 12 hours of sleep for the whole fucking week. And she was doing that shit, like keeping me awake for a lot. But it got so bad at one point, it was freaking 12 hours of sleep in an entire week. She would not let me sleep. Because I saved her life when she tried to just kill herself and totally cripple herself. She put 35 years of age on in a month and a half. And I said something to her about her drinking when her son Jeremy didn't like the results of his divorce hearing, so he took a bunch of drugs and OD'd, had some kind of stroke, and she started drinking a lot, and I had to say something because she was going to fall and hurt herself. You know what? What makes the only mistake that I'm making, and her freaking making her videos or whatever the hell she says online, is I stay here and keep trying to help her. Because I care about her. She has no one. Her family shit on her, dude. Her son stole her house from her. We paid for it all again and bought it from the people that were bought it anyways. You know, I don't really care, you know, But like, I paid for half of everything. Everything, half of everything. When I moved out 4, 5, 6 months ago, whatever it was, I still paid her rent because she couldn't pay it. I paid my rent down there and this rent. Moved out for like 4 or 5 months into a fifth wheel down at the park when I was working here. I've been over fucking backwards. And she sits here and toys with me and messes with me. Endlessly. Endlessly, month, week, day, week, month. Fucking years now. And I get pissed. And I cuss and say whatever. After so much of it. And I look like an asshole. And she sits there and says she isn't doing shit. She doesn't do nothing. Da 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 da. She knows what the hell she's doing. Really, I think it's her suicidal ideology diagnosis and her trying to run me off so she can do what she really wants to do. That's what I really think it is. I think the reason that she shreds me all day, every day. She will literally upset me. It used to be up to 12 times a day. There are times that I would have to go lay down after one of her tantrum, whatever you want to call it. Multiple times in the day upset me. In a week and a half of that, and then 3 or 4 days of a break, and right back to it. Dude, if she could walk, if she had people who cared about her, I wouldn't be dealing with this, dude. When we sold the house after paying for it again, after her son tried to steal it, I thought she would be alright. I said, just give me enough money to get a van. You keep the rest. You get into a place where you can get some people in there to take care of you and get a house or something. I want to go boondocking. It's what I want to do. She wouldn't stay at her ex-husband's house, who stole $16 million from her. But I knew he wasn't going to get the money this time. I knew she wasn't going to let that happen. I just couldn't take it anymore. I called DCF. So I did my due diligence. But we got the house. She got the money for the house. Gave me my money. Sent Beverly, Ben's mom, $7,200 for a 8 by 7 foot square space in her dead ex-husband's office. That was going to stay that way because that's her dead ex-husband's office. After she got the money in her account, the people she moved in with when we split up the first time, when she got the money, she said, you need to give me more money. Jan said, we had an agreement. No. Beverly said, you're being greedy with your money. Jan started having chest pains, ended up in the hospital. Frickin', they wouldn't let her come back to the house. So we ended up getting this place, living together again, being roommates, getting this place. Between that time, I frickin' got into a fifth wheel down at the campground while I was working at the park, so I could pay my rent, her rent. She paid some of her rent a few months after me paying all her rent. I saw that it was bullshit working here. I saw what was going on. It wasn't going to work out for me. I digress on that. Decided to just give up the fifth wheel, come back here, and make what I could of here. And I'm sitting here just freaking in hell day after day because she wants to sit there and drink it. It was a Crescent, 1.75 liters, the biggest container you can get in the store. Every 4 days. Every 4 days. And y'all can't say shit about me getting it for her or me drinking either. You know what? Trump freaking threatened Biden if he doesn't stay in office. And freaking, I'm done, dude. The Nazi slogans, the way I've been treated my whole life, Jan. And recently, because I started drinking, I said stuff to Jan that from the beginning of our relationship that I thought that I'd never said to her. I told her stuff through our relationship that I thought that I think about. I think about how unfair shit is to me sometimes. And I've never said it to her, but after drinking 2 months, dude, I told her that shit. And like, it's just fucking crazy and random right now. You know? I mean, she gets drunk and fucks with me day in and day out. I start drinking, and fucking, like, you know, she starts doing whatever, and I'm like, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. When I told her the stuff that I have never said to her, because I didn't, you know, I wasn't under the influence of alcohol for 2 months, or a month, or whatever it was. I said, I'm going to stop drinking because of that. I said stuff to her I never said to her, would have never said to her. And she decided to stop drinking too at that time. But during the next debate, we decided to start drinking again, and I haven't said any of that again, but like, you know, like when she starts messing with me, I'll be like, you're an asshole, stop being an asshole. You know, you're a jerk, fuck you. You know, when she starts her shit, dude, and like, basically because I said things that I had never said to her after drinking for a few months, or a month and a half, or a month, or whatever it was when I started drinking. I've just smoked weed and hemp my whole life since we've been together. I said that shit to her, and man, it's just fucked up things more. I'm not wrong for saying it. I've thought it for years. You know, I mean, some of this stuff is more recent, but yeah, so like, being passive and drinking, just like, someone sits there and messes with you and messes with you and messes with you, at some point you're just going to be like, you're an asshole. And like, I'm not trying to say that like I'm trying to upset her, but like, she sits there and messes with me and messes with me and messes with me, and like, I put up with so much of it, and I'm like, you're an asshole, because I just, you know, she hates it, and I'm, you know, it's just that's like after freaking all day of freaking dealing with shit, you know, or hours of just, you know, and really, since I've said the things that a person would never say to someone they loved because they don't want to hurt them, drank, you know, however long it was, started drinking, which I never did, and you say that shit, and bam, fucking your whole relationship goes to a whole nother level of freaking chaos. I mean, what am I supposed to do, dude? She sits there and drinks like she does. Fucking wrecks every day of my life. Shreds me every day, all day. It's to the point where every time I go in there around her, dude, she's just, fuck, it's like I would take the knife out, give it back to her, so the next time I walk in, she can do it again. Here you go. Fucking all day. Sits there and says she doesn't do none of this shit that she's done. And she will literally say that shit to my face. And I'm just like, wow, dude. Frickin', she was sleep depriving me at one point for, God, like 3 months. 3 fucking months. And like at one point, I got 12 hours in a week of sleep. Slamming energy drinks all the time, drinking energy drinks, killing myself. Over 20-hour part-time job because she wants to keep not let me sleep at all. Every time I lay down, turn the music on. And then I, like me, like, I kind of like if some, like, I can be tired, but if something wakes me up, I'll be awake for hours. So, you know, I'll be awake for a while, would be awake for a while, and then she would lay down and then get up, or no, she would lay down and then I would finally be able to lay down, and she would get up again and start playing the music loud again. And it's all because I saved her life. And I said something about her drinking. That's it. That's it. That's all I did wrong. And I stay in this relationship and get frustrated with her and freaking argue with her or whatever. And it's because I stay here. I care about her. She has no one. I look like an asshole just because I care about her, but I'm not passive anymore to it. I'm like telling her, you're an asshole, stop what you're doing. And so things are at a different level now. I'm fucking tired of you people, everyone's shit. Everyone. I ain't ever having if something happens to Jan or whatever, or dude, I ain't getting in another relationship ever again. My ex-wife, what she put me through, who she was, what she impressed on her daughter. I mean, to tell me, don't sit there and talk to her about what she did wrong. Just spank her and be done with it. So, hit the child instead of explaining why she shouldn't do what she's doing, what some of the what she was doing, what it could lead to. If it was something with her cousin Sterling, like, you know, you do this whole and this causes this in Sterling's mind, and then this can happen down. She's gonna say, just hit her, just spank her. I digress. What I will say is I'm glad I didn't adopt her, because she would have sat there and got money out of the government for Hope when we weren't together anymore. I'm glad I wasn't stupid enough to do that. I'm not going to be around anyone anymore. I'm not going to have roommates. I will travel around this damn country and sleep in parks. If the weather's going to be bad, I'll move. Instead of have another fucking roommate that fucking steals my shit, eats all my food, takes my clothes, makes my life hell because I get tired of them stealing my food and shit, and like start treating me like shit until I move out. You know, like what the fuck? I ain't having nothing to do with no one anymore. And to be completely honest with you, like, really, if I want to talk to someone, I'll fucking build an algorithm on the cloud, because I can't power the hardware in the woods. I'll freaking put a freaking algorithm on a cloud and I'll build myself a damn friend. Jarvis, you know, whatever. Sit there and talk to it out in the woods. I ain't fucking living with no one ever again. Ever. You know, like this police, me and Jan, they were out there like 28 times or some shit. And one of the cops like, you know, man, you can go down to this place, dude, and at least get put on a waiting list to live there. You know what? I am not moving into another fucking place, an apartment or anything like that, where you know what? I mind my own damn business when I live in the apartment. You know what? I'm smart enough to not even look or wave at people's freaking girlfriends, or them for that matter, because they're all fucking assholes. But you know what? Last time I fucking went through all the trouble of living in a fucking apartment, someone moved in next door to me, and you know, the guy wanted to fuck with me because his wife or girlfriend fucking came over and knocked on my door and asked for some sugar. So basically, you know, I'm sitting there minding my own fucking business, not getting involved in anyone there, and his fucking girlfriend or wife, when they move in, comes over and asks for a cup of sugar, and he's gonna catch a fucking attitude with me and look at me sideways. I ain't living in a fucking apartment complex. You know what? I drink fucking 15 spoonfuls of fucking coffee a fucking day, or tablespoons of coffee grounds every day. I smoke 40 cigarettes a day. When I'm out in the woods after 12 days, 3 tablespoons of coffee, have my coffee in the morning, have enough energy to stay awake all day, get up when the sun comes up, go to bed about 9, 10 o'clock, 9:30, down to fucking, so it's 3 tablespoons of coffee in the morning versus fucking 15, and fucking, 5 to 7 cigarettes versus 40 a day, from fucking being around people and their fucking insanity. No, me and my dogs were fucking happy. It's just fucking crazy, dude. I ain't never living with full fucking roommates or no fucking apartment complex again, dude. You can literally mind your own fucking business and some fucking moccasin snake guy next door fucking because his girlfriend, honestly, dude, he looked at me sideways when he moved in. But, when his girlfriend or wife or whatever came over and asked for a cup of sugar, dude, he looked like he wanted to fucking kill me after that. Ain't ever fucking living with no one ever fucking again, or no fucking apartment complexes. Seriously. It's bullshit. I pour my fucking self out to people. Jan wouldn't be doing what she's doing if I didn't never say nothing about her drinking. She would have got over me saving her life. Fucking always telling me that if I leave, I'm gonna end up in a fucking institution and they're gonna take the dogs. How the fuck am I gonna end up in an institution and they're gonna take my dogs if I'm obeying the laws to the parks that I'm in and moving when I'm supposed to another park or around the park? How the fuck am I gonna end up institutionalized fucking doing that? Other people do it every fucking day, dude. I bought fucking 2 books on Amazon. Audiobooks of fucking people who tell you how to live that lifestyle. How the fuck? Why do people gotta fuck with me all the time? The fucking past fucking 2-3 people that neighbors and a guy I met at work, freaking try and hang out with them. The guy I met at work fucking stole from me, and then I got tired of finding my fucking shit coming up missing, so I called him and said something to him, and he wanted to fucking harass me after that, My fucking neighbor stole from me, fucking in his fucking bullshit, I ain't interested in no one no more, dude. I'll build myself a damn friend on the cloud that where I can pay for freaking the hardware and power and freaking run a client in the woods for that shit. Maybe I go around people not. Maybe if something happens to Jan or whatever for us, maybe that'll be my friend most of the time, and maybe I'll find some people online that have my interest, that are interested in the things that I am. And maybe I'll travel and go see him or something. Maybe I'll get lucky and find some people out. I actually know someone who tried to live the crazy kind of lifestyle of boondocking. Not exactly boondocking, but he told me that all of the creative people are in the woods. He told me he went and did it. He told me that he's like, Matthew, I want you to come out here and meet these people. He's like, Matt, he's like, all the creative people are in the fucking woods, dude. He's like, I'm not fucking shitting you, Matt. He's like, dude, he's like, I've told these people about you, dude. He's like, you ought to come out here, man, and freaking hang out with us. The reason that I look like an asshole is because I tolerate and put up with people's fucking conniving and manipulation to the point where I get annoyed and freaking raise my voice or call them a name like they do me. Except I have schizophrenia. I'm automatically suspect to the police, so I get freaking discriminated against. It really, at this point, I'm looking at it as racism. I look at it as schizophrenia is a kind, and I literally look at it as a type of racism at this point. Fuck you all.